Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Britney Lynn. And if you want to see how I did this look here today, then please keep on watching. I would love for you to like and comment and subscribe and hit the bell notification. And I would love to see you back. So please keep watching. Today we're going to be doing this kind of 60s neon, sort of a colorful 60s twiggy kind of vibes. So if you want to see how I do this, keep on watching. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to magically cover my brows. Boom. And I am about to do all my priming for my foundation, which is basically the same as all my drag foundation videos. So if you are curious and you want to see my other ones, they are in my all my drag makeup videos. The only one I don't do it is my Pat McGrath I started with foundation on. And this should be the last of the voiceover videos. When I first started, I didn't know how everything was going to go, and this video right now is actually the very first one that I filmed, and so bear with me. I know the lighting is a little in and out here and there, and the audio, which is why I had to do a voiceover, because I tried to talk through it, but it was very long and it was very hard to hear, so the only audio I'm including is the beginning and the end from the video. So it's like I've said before, it's a journey and still trying to figure out the mechanics of everything. 'Cause you are basically videographer, sound person, editor, director, and, you know, star of your own video when you're doing it all on your own like I am. But that's part of the fun. So it is cool that it's a finished product from me, kind of start to finish. I also love how, like, when I start blending out the contour, how those harsh lines just like melt. Like there just looks like 3 brown lines, and then soon it will make sense. So I wanted to include this video because I ended up really liking how the look came out. See, like right there, boom. Look at the one side compared to the other one. Those sponges are so good. But I wanted to include this video because I ended up liking the result. I really liked the coloring. And I figured, why not? You know, this is all part of the journey. I didn't do this one first because I couldn't figure out how to do the audio. And I really wanted to do a holiday one for my very first video. So that's why the Mrs. Claus video was actually the 3rd thing I ever filmed. And last week's video was the 2nd. And then this is the 3rd. I mean, sorry, this is the 1st. So I've moved around my setup a number of times. I actually don't mind the lighting in this one, but the audio was hard. For whatever reason, I can't seem to always replicate it. But I'm just doing foundation and contour. I just kind of did whatever, and I decided the look after when I recorded this. I was just like in the mood to film something, ready to go. I had, you know, a little bit of lighting, so I just wanted to kind of get started because I had been thinking about doing a YouTube for so long and just kind of never had the guts to do it. And then because of COVID, I'm home more, and I was watching somebody and they were just like, just start. Like, your first videos are going to be terrible. You know, own that, get over it, and just move on. And I thought about not using any of these videos because it just weren't really like the quality that I wanted. But I was like, well, it's where I'm at. You know, it's the best I can do with what I'm given, or, you know, at this current moment. So I decided to, oh well, do it. And when I started my channel, I wanted to start it right before the holidays so I could start it technically in 2020. So that's why my first video came out on December 18th, and it was a Christmas video. I do have another really ridiculous video that I tried to film which was like, I may still use, we'll see. I have like 1 or 2 holiday ones that I just didn't get the time to. I thought I'd be able to edit a little bit faster and get it out like before the new year, but it could be time consuming. You know, just figuring out how it is. I had less footage to use for the beginning and the end because this was the first one and I had no idea what to say. So I just didn't, you know, I just kind of recorded a little bit and then I was like, okay, I'm ready to take all this off. And this first video, my battery ran out like halfway through. So I had to take like a break just to charge and then come back. So that also slowed down the process too. So I mean, like, imagine doing like half of your makeup and then being like, oh shoot, I have to stop. So some of that makeup was sitting there for a lot longer. So I had to kind of like refresh some of it again, you know, and then it's like, oh, well, it's been so long, I might as well like eat lunch. And then you're like, okay, well, you know, you got to fix your makeup after that. So it's a very long, this day was a very long, long day. I almost just tried to pretend I'm like, well, you know, when the Real Housewives sit and do their reunions, that's a real long day too. They're wearing that makeup for a long time. And they always cry. What I've always wondered too in those reunions, I don't know, I'm a huge Housewives fan. I don't know if anyone else is, but I'm obsessed. And I always think about, I don't know why, but they have lunch because it's a long day that they film. Or they cry, a lot of the girls cry, and then they kind of mess up their makeup, but then they always fix it. I always just wonder, like, do they just slap more on top? Do they, like, try to wipe some of it away? Or do they, like, just take a wet sponge with foundation and try to, like, blend it in? I'm always just very curious about that, because sometimes, you know, you get too crazy with, like, a cream on top of already powdered stuff. It can get a little, you know, like, to be a funny consistency. So for whatever reason, I always think about that whenever those reunions go on. And this is me using I think that is a Verizon, like money off of Verizon credit card for my nose. It's very old school drag to use a credit card. But the reason I use it is because what it does is it blocks the dark shadow from going too far down your nose, which makes the sides of your nose look like muddy. So it just puts that little skinny line where you want it, which is the reason I still use it. I feel ridiculous using it, but it works still. I don't use it anywhere else. I used to back in the day. Use it on the cheeks and the forehead and anywhere that had a contour was like a hard line. This shadow looks very blue. Very like green blue, but it ends up being like just blue in the end. I will link everything below that I use. And I went for, this is the first video, like I said, so I did kind of like what I do typically in drag a lot, which is like a split liner or a double liner, double wing, whatever you want to call it. So I do like a cut crease on the top. I did a wing liner, and then I have like a white in between the two, and then another like wing sort of on the bottom lash line. Similar to kind of like Marilyn Monroe eye makeup, just obviously and with color instead of just neutrals. And I made the outfit that I will wear at the end and that I wore in the beginning. I made that outfit. We did a 60s night, me and a few friends, and we all like dressed up and went out and kind of had a theme together, which is something I really miss. Really want to be able to go out and dressed up and do that. That is like that, and like every time I watch a movie or a TV show that there's like a party, or like I watched something and there was a housewarming party and the person gave booze to the host and then hugged them, and then there was all these like strangers there, and I was like, oh my god, like that's weird. Like it's so weird to watch something like that, because you're like, I mean, I can't even tell you the last time I went to a party or saw, you know, more than like a couple of people at a time. I think the most amount of people, except for like a grocery store, of course, I think the most human beings I've been interacting with has been like 4 people at most, still sitting apart from each other. So I'm putting glitter on. I used the Lit Cosmetics glitter base, which is awesome. And then the only thing I don't do is I don't bring it down where I know the liquid liner is going to be. So that's why the like closest to the lash line is bare of the glitter in the base, because it's just easier to not have to paint over glitter. It's like a pain. And so I'm using just like a regular liquid liner at first, and then I use the Inglot gel liner afterwards, which I then set with shadow because you have to. And this looks weird, but I'm not pulling my eye. I'm actually just resting my fingers on my lashes so that my eye doesn't fly open sometimes. For whatever reason, when I try to like close my eyes and do liner, I don't know if it's I get anxious or whatever, but like in my mind, I just picture myself like opening. So I just kind of like almost keep it closed just by touching my lashes. That just makes sure that I can get like a better, smoother line for the liner. Look at that. Just makes all the difference having the liner there. And the lashes. Like once there's a lash on and the liner, like that really just changes everything. Because for me, for drag, there's a few things that I like have to feel like I've changed, to feel like I've made a transformation. Lashes is a huge thing. It's obviously like hair for me, like makes the change really happen. And then I have to have a nail. You can see my little stubby fingers here without any nails on, and it just does not complete the fantasy for me. Like even when I was performing regularly in drag shows, and I always felt like I liked taking tips and having like nails on. That really made me feel like, ooh, yeah, like that's it, you know, like that bitch, I just need it. For me, if I can't have nails, and I like, oh, I just don't know. I don't know that I'm interested. I'm very all in. Like if I'm in, I'm all in. So like that just goes with it. So there's like the two wings basically. That is my lash drawer. That was featuring my lash drawer. That's not even all the lashes I have. That's just all the lashes I have that are cut and organized and like basically can be put on. I basically have a lash graveyard in like a bag as well. So okay, and then here, so I just took it off because it was on and I thought it was on right and it wasn't. This is what also doesn't get included in a lot of videos for myself and for others, you know, the mistakes. Like when you put lashes on, sometimes they're not on right. Sometimes one's better than the other and you got to take it off and do it again. I think I actually took it off 3 times on that same eye to get it, because I think there is the I think I didn't show the 3rd time, but I think I took it off again because I ended up gluing it almost to the exact same spot. So I was like, well, that didn't solve the problem. But if that ever happens to you, it's I do use weave glue, so it is like bond adhesive from Sally's. I like it better than lash glue because it dries a lot faster. I think it comes off easier, and when it's on the lash, it just peels right off so easy. So you take it off, peel off the lash, darken your liner again, and slap that on. With like the duo glue and stuff like that, it stays wet for so long that like it's very easy for the lash to just kind of move and slide, and I don't like that. I just like to be able to like bing, pop it on. And I don't want to have to like put glue on a lash and then let it set aside and wait 15 minutes and then apply it. That seems like unnecessary in my mind. And now I'm on to blush. So for me, the 2 biggest hurdles are doing all the foundation, getting that done because I get it on my hands and I hate that and I want to be able to wash my hands. And then the next biggest hurdle is the eyes. Once I've done those are the 2 most time-consuming parts. And then everything like blush, lips, and highlighter is just kind of like the icing on the cake for me. So I love that blue and that pink together. I love blue and pink together. That's very much like in my wheelhouse of colors. And I'm putting on some old school MAC Silver Dusk iridescent powder, which I'm obsessed with. And yeah, so I love the blue and the pink, and this stuff is like so much faster. So like when I'm doing my makeup, I'm usually like very fast with like the blush, the highlight, and the lip portion. Everything else is a lot more time consuming. I have some ideas for some videos coming, and they will not be voiceovers. And I was thinking about doing some sort of maybe like housewives review or something related to the housewives in some way, because I am obsessed. So we'll see. I also would like to start recreating some characters from film and TV and Broadway that I've always been obsessed with. So those are all in the works. I'm trying to decide what I want to do next and kind of gather my stuff for that. So that will all definitely be coming down the line. If you have any ideas for a video, please feel free to leave that in the comments below. And thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. I have a new video coming every week, so keep an eye out for that. Hit the bell, hit the thumbs up, and thanks again for watching. Hi everyone. Okay, this is the finished look. Oh, so it's kind of like a neon 60s. It's kind of like the vibe. Did change the lip liner and the lip gloss. I put the Too Faced Club Queen Fuchsia lip liner on because the mauve one wasn't really working, and then I put on the MAC Dazzle Gloss again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this look, please like, subscribe. That would be amazing. I'm just getting started out. Hopefully it'll get better. And I would love to have you back. This was an outfit I made for, we had like a 60s night. I hope to see you all back. So if you want to watch me do this, please keep watching. Please.